A man that is never a loss for words, Mr. Gatlin is here, the mayor of this great community that is Beaver, Pennsylvania, the one and only, the Honorable Tom Hamilton. And Mr. Madgar is here. Not only is he the chief, but he's so good he's got another job. He's the borough manager. Look, do me a favor, just show out here a little bit. It's under construction, but it won't be long. All of the grass will be growing. The seats will be filling up because July's the first show, the amphitheater in Beaver. I used to swim at this place, but I got to tell you, this is a whole lot better than a cement pond. I am really excited about what they're going to do here. So Mayor, if you will, tell the folks about what's happening in this great community that we love, Beaver, Pennsylvania. Come in close on the mayor, please.
Thanks for coming, everybody, today. It's really a pleasure to announce this new project we have in town. An icon site was built in the late 30s. WPA built it, and when the swimming pool was here, everybody grew up at the pool house. So we were very fortunate to have a lot of support to make this happen, that we can convert this into some type of an event, multi-use center for all ages from young to old. It's taken a lot of work from behind the scenes, but it's a really happening project. I want everybody to come down and see it.
Listen, I must tell you, you got a great borough manager, a guy who's always been hands-on, has always been a big help here at Pratte Pack. So I'm going to let him talk a little bit about this monumental, historic event that's going to be happening in July. We'll get to that with Mr. Gatlin, but what's happening in the company who really is responsible. Mr. Redinger, please tell everybody about him, Dan, and talk about this project. Go ahead.
So this happened once the pool closed. The question was, what do we do with the pool house, bathhouse? And we had three options. One option was to tear it down and turn it into green space and do away with it, or board it up and use it for storage, for equipment and different things. And neither one of those seemed like a good option. And then the third option was to rehab it. And we had several different people look at it. Mosier and Associates out of the city of Pittsburgh, they did a nice job on some facilities. They looked at this, and one of the things that they could have done with this was refurb it into a community center, an event center, a rentable space, a usable space that we could hold community events. And price tag at that was right around pre-COVID, was a little over $3 million. Definitely wasn't able to pull that off. So at that time with the COVID, we ended up getting some ARP money, about $440,000, and that money sat for a while we were trying to figure out what to do with it. And in the meantime, a few years went by, and we were coming to the end point of winding down of what are we going to do with this money. It had to be spent. So we figured we would use this as seed money to renovate this project and get this project moving. So at that time, we started to reach out to different community members, knowing that we couldn't afford the $3 million. At that point, we assembled a team between the mayor and I, some council people, and some volunteers through our engineer and staff, Martone Engineering, along with Larry. And we kind of recruited Larry to give us a hand and pull this together. So Larry kind of hit the ground running and been the glue to this thing, holding it together. This isn't what I do full-time as far as building, a little bit, but not much. But then we, kind of deferred and let Larry run with it, and the different creativity that he's had has been a big help, and his love for music. And this is what we have here. So this has been a team effort, private sector effort. Really monumental, as the mayor said. We should be able to pull this off for, give or take, $500,000 of tax dollars. So the Beaver Borough is going to end up with a $3+ million facility, and we're on the hook for around $500,000. And this, I'm assuming, the way that this craftsmanship, this is going to be here way past probably another 100 years. So it's really exciting to be part of this, and I'm thankful that we had the staff to pull it off, and the resources and the volunteers.
This is absolutely breathtaking, this view. And if there's anybody who knows a room with a view and how to perform, it's the Gatlin family. Look, I go way back in this industry, and I've been touched by greatness at all levels. But let me tell you, he and his brother, early on, you knew that they had been touched by the hand of God. Truly some of the most incredible talent. You can pay me later. But anyway, some of the most talent that I have ever seen or heard in my life. And they're still doing it on a large level. He's traveling the world. Savannah Jack, that whole brand as well. But for him to be involved and to be stepping up and bringing that show here in July, it just goes to show you they're going to start big and they're going to roll big, and it's going to be around, as Dan said, for generations. But talk about what you see unfolding here in Beaver County.
Well, I'm from here, and I'm very proud to be from here. And as you know, we've known each other a long time, and we sang here, grew up here, and got to hone our craft here in Beaver County before we launched out to Nashville, Tennessee. And my brother and I had a great run, major label recording artist, and got nominated for Duo of the Year many times, lost to Brooks and Dunn many times. But from that on, I just kept plugging away. I knew to stay in Nashville, I'd have to get into songwriting.
Right.
And one of my heroes of my whole life was Kenny Rogers.
Amen.
And I just wanted to meet him someday. And so I started writing songs and getting songs cut by a lot of big stars, a lot of artists, like Blake Shelton, Lee Greenwood, Ronnie Millsap, all those people recorded my songs. But Kenny Rogers recorded my song, and then he did one song, and then in 2007 he recorded another one, which led to him calling me up and asking me to sing it with him. And that led to my group, Savannah Jack, going on the road as his opening act. We toured all over the world as Kenny's opening act.
Right.
We did 66 shows all over the world with Kenny, and I just could not believe it. It was like a dream, beyond dream come true. And when he retired in 2018, I just woke up in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, with the idea: what if I took his band, his actual band, not a tribute band, not a cover band, his band, and kept that wonderful legacy going and do his music? So I called the band. They loved the idea, but I had to call Kenny and make sure that was cool. And he loved the idea, totally endorsed it, gave us all his video footage. Our video footage is amazing. He gave us all his classic stuff, his TVs, his movies, the Gambler movies, all that stuff to show in the show. And so having those guys out on the road, those guys experienced all the great moments, the Grammy Awards, the American Music Awards, the Tonight Show. They were there for everything. So we have such great stories to tell besides the great music. They were there for all the great moments in Kenny's career. And again, so we said, we're gonna have a great show at this amazing place, first concert. I'll be so honored, and I am so honored to be the first performers on this stage with the Kenny Rogers Band. We're gonna have such an amazing time, July 13th.
Don't miss it. Mayor, tell them again who, what, when, where, why, and how, then we'll say goodbye. What's happening here in Beaver at the Beaver Amphitheatre. Go ahead.
Not much I can add. I just really appreciate the support that we have for everybody that's here. Larry Redinger, without his help to get this done, his wife working, understanding how he's down here.
Yeah, tell everybody about his company too.
A lot, but I'd like to compliment them for what they do for around the town. You know, it's one of the things that we're lucky to live in a town with people like this with resources. Now, Larry's company is embedded in the community. They do a lot of things for the community and the train station and so forth in the past. So to have this property come forth was an opportunity to us to use this. And Dan, thank goodness he pulled this all together, our manager in chief over here. So it's very exciting for me to have the Gatlin band here, number 1 out the door. There's going to be a lot of exciting things happening. This is a regional resource. We like to say this is not just, and Dan's big on it, this is for everybody in Beaver County. We consider this Beaver County. We all do.
And if I could add just very briefly, that this theater, it will be such a great place for all these great folks in Beaver County, where they don't have to go down to Pittsburgh. Again, we love Pittsburgh, but they don't have, they can see top traveling international acts all from all over the world come right here to Beaver, and they can see them in their own backyard all through Beaver County. And our goal is to be such a great lineup of shows in the future that people from Pittsburgh will say, well, I'm coming down to Beaver County and see these great shows.
That's what we like.
Absolutely.
Metal Buildings Direct too, Mr. Redinger, can't thank them enough. I just need someone to paint my house. Can you let Renati have a couple of days off, man? I need them, Tom. All right, look, I can't thank everyone enough for letting me share all the good things in this community. And it's like the old adage, click your heels 3 times and say there's no place like home. And no one does it better than the county seat, Beaver, Pennsylvania. Beaver Amphitheatre, you do not want to miss it. Have a great day. Back on the radio tonight after local news at 6 on KDKA, 100.1 FM, AM 1020. Have a great day.